Dear participants, we are connecting our next session with next expert. This is technical session 2 of today's workshop. Our expert for this session is Ms. Indu Agarwal, Director Talent Grow Global, Chandigarh. She is a visionary entrepreneur who successfully transitioned from a corporate career at Fitji, Bajaj Allianz, HSBC to establish Disha for success. Through this venture, she focused on transformative training and health awareness program. Additionally, she founded Disha for India Foundation and Educational Trust to further her commitment to societal well-being. Her dedication to social entrepreneurship earned her a spot in the prestigious IIMB and Goldman Sachs Executive Development Program. This ultimately lead to the creation of Talent Grow Global, a venture dedicated to holistic education. As a leading figure, she continually strives to make a positive impact and inspire change. Ms. Indu Agarwal has been facilitated by prominent figures including Honorable Governor, Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister, Health Minister, Power Minister, and Employment Minister for her selflessness career. Now we are connecting. Now we have expert with us, Ms. Indu Agarwal, founder and chief mentor, Talent Grow Global. She is with us. She will share her expertise on outcome-based teaching. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Indu Agarwal to continue the session. Please welcome Ms. Indu Agarwal for next technical session. Welcome, ma'am, at our this workshop, Om Sterling Global University, Hisar. You are welcome here, and we will over to you.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to Om Sterling University and the entire computer science department for giving me this opportunity to speak about outcome based teaching. And I'm sure in next 15-20 minutes I would be able to give you some insight about you all are very learned personalities and it is all about mutual learning, but still I'll keep some points which can be of great help when you are teaching to students, when you are interacting with students. It can add a lot of value in students life as well as life of teachers and academicians. So when it comes to outcome based teaching, I'll request if somebody can just share my presentation. So when it comes to outcome based teaching, uh, we always focus on teaching, providing inputs. But I think more than inputs, it's about learning. So, how we can make learning very promising whenever students learn, faculty learn, they have a specific goal, a specific vision in mind. So, I think when it comes to out-based come education, we need a complete paradigm shift. Why a paradigm shift? Because in traditional education system we were memorizing, there was a lot of focus on rote learning and exam based learning, how to secure good marks. So entire focus was on securing marks. But now the trend is changing and we are in a very dynamic and now we are interacting globally. World has shrink because of technology. And in this particular scenario, when things are changing very fast, we just can't look at assessments only at the time of exams. It is about regular assessments. It's about making little bit alignment changes as and when it is required. So yeah, we can move to the next slide. So outcome based learning, as I discussed with you, it is not about rote learning. It is not only about covering the content. It is about specific goals. What kind of vision and mission academician needs to have in order to place this outcome based education, because without the support of educationists and academicians, achieving this goal is not at all possible. So we will move to the next slide and we will look at it, what kind of paradigm we need to have when we are producing the content, what kind of changes we need to make in the content, and what kind of changes we need to make in the assessment system. So yeah, next. I'll request somebody to please move to the next slide. So when it comes to teaching, how to set clear learning outcomes, it means person who is investing quality time. We always say time is money. And when we think of time in terms of currency, it is not only about the money which a student is investing or someone is investing in a system. It is about the precious time, precious valuable time of life a person is investing in uh, for the learning. So it should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. I mean to say, students should be focused on developing their critical thinking skills, pos- uh, problem solving skills, as well as they need to be creative. It means their learning graph need to be very high. We need to prepare them so that they can be lifelong students. We always say we need to be lifelong students, but generally we see when we stop our education or a formal degree, after that very few students, they keep learning throughout life. Otherwise they feel, okay, we have learned enough, now we have enough experience, and that is it. So a clear cut message about outcome based teaching is be a lifelong student, keep your learning curve high, and always keep updating and upskilling yourself. And this is a kind of mindset which need to be developed by academicians as well as the students, because this is the need of our, and the scenario is very dynamic. Yeah, we can move to the next slide. So it is not only about what we are teaching, the kind of knowledge we are transmitting to the students. First, it is KWL approach, means first we need to know what is the understanding level of the student. And it is not only about disseminating knowledge, it's about can do. Here I have specifically focused on can do. It means after learning from us, what student will be capable of doing, what student will be capable of executing. And this is one goal which need to be very very clear in our mind when we are preparing the content. And actually, what is the understanding, what is the conceptual understanding of the student when it comes to a particular subject. For example, I'll take a very small example, a subject which is botany. Maybe students are studying about plants and lot many things, but do they ever do some gardening? क्या उन्होंने कभी प्लान्स पे कुछ काम किया? प्रॉबेबली बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं जो कभी प्रैक्टिकल लर्निंग उसमें अप्रोच को यूज नहीं करते. सो आई थिंक दैट एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग, कि वॉट एवर वी स्टडी, हाउ वी नीड टू एग्जीक्यूट इन आवर डेली लाइफ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अ कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट, maybe a commerce student is reading about management, delegation, but has he or she ever tried working in team, delegating some task, decentralization? So there are so many concepts which we can use in our day to day life, whether it is a computer science subject, whether it is a science subject, or it is a commerce subject, it is or subject related to healthcare. So I think this is the approach we need to develop in students, that after reading this particular subject, this particular chapter, what they will be capable of doing. And I think that will solve the purpose of real education. Yeah, next. So building skills and competence in today's world, that is the key message. Yeah, we can move to the next slide. So, what will learners be able to do? I think every teacher, before starting the class, they need to prepare a note, a vision, a mission statement, that after reading this particular chapter or this particular subject, what my learners will be able to do. What should be the assessment method? How we can make the assessments? And while they are learning, what kind of teaching methodology we need to demonstrate, so that students can demonstrate their learnings as well. And this particular thing I'll be covering in my next slides, that how, while students are learning in the class, during that particular point of time, a teacher can easily make assessments. And the best way is, we give certain small tasks to the students or case studies to the students. It is not only about memorizing the definitions, it's about solving the case studies. When students will solve the case studies in the class, they will definitely have a better understanding of the subject. Moreover, when we will give them a real life situation to solve in a class, 100% they will be able to grasp the subject. They will take the responsibility of the subject. I always say flexible pathways. Why flexible pathways? Probably when a teacher is shouldering all the responsibility, what happens? Students, they become passive learners. But I think when we give a task to the student, when we give a flexibility to the student to solve the problem, that is the time student take the responsibility and ownership of the subject. And of course, when we take the responsibility and ownership, that is the best time we learn and we grow in life. And in fact, this is the lesson we need to teach to each and everyone, that it is not only about learning, it is about taking responsibility of the subject we are studying. Next. Yeah, we can move on to the next slide. So, when we do ongoing assessments, we can always adjust our teaching strategies. For example, if we are making assessments after 3 months or 6 months, by the time the subject, lot of time has already gone. So, when we are doing regular ongoing assessments during the class itself, and this is only possible when we are doing task based teaching, case studies, internships. So when we are doing ongoing assessments, teachers always get a lot of flexibility to adjust their teaching strategies as per the tempo of the students, as per the mindset of the students, and as per the learning aptitude of the students. Yeah, next. Yeah, we can move to the next slide. Yeah. So, emphasis should be always on application. That is the key message of outcome based teaching. Encourage students to apply what they have learned in real life situations. Internships. We should encourage internships from first year onwards, first semester onwards. They can do small tasks in the university itself. They can make small groups where they can do some research project for the department itself. Because when students will involve themselves in the research process, students will involve themselves in doing certain tasks. Otherwise, what happens? Probably after 3 years, 4 years, when they pass out from the institution, they feel that world has already changed. So when they will keep applying the knowledge, and maybe we can encourage one plan, that is earn while you learn. Maybe we can keep small some token of appreciation, some reward system, some monetary reward system for performing certain tasks, so that students will be encouraged to earn while they are learning. And we are adopting this approach in Talent Grow Global. And trust me, because of these three strategies, we have learned that students are active learner and not the passive learners. Yeah, next. So teachers should be facilitators. We should not do spoon feeding, because when we are doing most of the things, we are doing spoon feeding. That is the time, students, they stop putting the efforts. They are getting ready made notes, they are getting all the textbooks, and after that students feel, oh, it is the teacher's responsibility, it is not our responsibility. So I always suggest the teachers, our role is of a mentor, of a facilitator, showing them the right way. And we should be a support system to the students, not we should focus on lecturing all the time. If students, we can give them some brief overview, then we can assign them the task, let them solve. And in case they face some problem, let them come to us. And that is the role of a teacher, a mentor, a facilitator. So I think when it comes to knowledge, now knowledge is so easily available on Google. There are so many videos where all the knowledge is available. So if our focus will only be on giving the knowledge, then students may not come to us in times to come, because that knowledge is available to them through YouTube, that knowledge is available to them through multiple videos. So they will only come to us when we will act as a facilitator, that wherever they are being stuck, we are helping them resolve the problem. So roles should be shifted from a knowledge disseminator to a facilitator, to a mentor, to a guide, to a support system. Next. And how can we encourage creativity, problem solving, critical thinking? It is not only about the education system. We need these skills. These are rather, I would call, life skills. Every entrepreneur, every human being, everybody needs these skills: creativity, problem solving, and critical thinking. See, most of the people, when they are not adaptable to so many situations, they get stuck in life. And even I see they get good scores, good marks, and if they do not have these particular skills, they get stuck in life. And I see a lot of people in corporates even facing the mid career crisis, because they have not inculcated these life skills. So these skills are not only for the science students or the computer science students. I will suggest teachers that we must promote these skills from the beginning itself in every class. Even I think an art student, humanities student, commerce student, everybody needs these skills. And how we can encourage these skills? Of course, the best methodology is the real life situations, the case studies, the internship, and the earn while we learn approach. Next. Continuous improvements. Nobody is perfect. And of course, this is a goal, and this is a very big goal. So we can't change each and everything in a single day, and we should not overestimate our abilities to change each and everything in few months or a single day. But yes, slowly and steadily, we can start reviewing our teaching methodologies, we can refine our teaching strategies, and we can start setting up a clear cut goal whenever we go to class, that yes, what will be the outcome of this particular class. Next. So here, that was my message on outcome based education. And if you have any questions, any queries, how to inculcate, I've kept my session very crisp, because I just wanted to give you a key message that through case studies, through internship, and if you have any questions, any queries, please feel free to ask here. I've kept 10 minutes for the questions and answers round. If any participant has any questions, any queries, I would love to answer your queries. Any questions and any queries on outcome based teaching, I would love to handle your questions and queries.
Anybody, please?
सी इफ दो ही केसेस में क्वेश्चंस नहीं होते, या तो सब कुछ समझ आ गया या कुछ समझ नहीं आया. सो मैं क्या समझूं? So I would, there are so many, I'm sure, research scholars, students who are attending this session. If you have any questions, any queries, I would love to take those sessions, uh, those questions, and answer those questions for you.
Please ask anyone any doubt you have. You can, no doubt at all. All clear. Tupu, you want to clear any doubt? Clear. Okay.
So thank you so much for all to all the audience, all the beautiful audience, I would say, who have invested their precious time for my session, and hope they would have got some information about outcome-based teaching and learning. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Hello. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for connecting us and enlighten us with your words and with your guidance. So, thank you, ma'am, once again for sparing your valuable time with us. Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. नहीं इसके साथ कर इनका टाइम कितना था